Hello there. You must be my 3 o'clock appointment. My name is Ocean. So lovely to meet you. What a beautiful name. Are you excited? Yeah. I mean, of course, I work here, so obviously I love piercings. But anytime I get a new addition to my collection, it is always just the best day. I absolutely love getting a new piercing. I feel like a whole new person. Exactly, yes. Well, I'm so excited to be piercing you today. I know we've discussed a little bit over email. You want to do maybe a couple ear piercings. Okay. Definitely, I'd be more than happy to help you with that. Okay, so we can just have you take a seat here, get comfortable. We'll first be discussing, your options for your piercings and placement. I'll have to take a look at your ears and look at your ear anatomy to see where we can put the piercings. For example, I am someone who has relatively small lobes, so I can't do as many lobe piercings as some other individuals. So that's just what I'll be looking for in terms of where we can do your additional piercings, okay? Now, do you have any preferences? I mean, what are you really looking for today? I can see that right now we just have your 2 main piercings. Yep. Have you ever had anything else pierced? I mean, not even on your ears. Have you ever had nose piercing anywhere else? Just your mains. Okay, sounds good. So, I mean, this will be relatively new for you if we're doing even any in your cartilage. Okay, cartilage piercings do hurt a little bit more than the lobe ones. However, it's all relative and everyone is different. Even in terms of myself, in regards to the healing process, I am someone who heals cartilage quite quickly, but my lobes take years to heal. Take a long time, okay? So also keep that in mind when you're picking out which you want, okay? Because it is a healing process, and so if you have any big events coming up, it might be best to hold off on certain ones, okay? Because you won't be able to switch out jewelry. We also don't recommend piercing if you have any flights coming up right away, because the air pressure can cause a lot of swelling and it can really irritate and negatively affect your piercing. Do you have any big flights coming up? No? Okay, good. So we're good there. Okay. So I'll just pull up a picture here and we can do some drawing in terms of how we want your earscape to look. And then I also have my little ear demos here, okay? And we can put on a couple pieces of jewelry and see what you like. Yes, they are quite fun, the little molds. Okay, so let's just discuss first. So right now, we'll do a nice, what's your favorite color? Purple? Okay, we'll do purple then. So right now, you just have your main piercing there, okay? Just turn your head to the side, please. Okay. Okay, and your main piercing is kind of similar to mine. It's pretty central, but it's not too close to the inside, okay? So, because, see how on this side my piercing is a bit closer? Yeah, so it gives me a little bit more room on this side, whereas this one is more central. However, my lobe on this side is bigger. So just taking a look at you here, it's not too close to your head, I mean, which is good. We did good in terms of placement. But your lobes, I think we could probably do we obviously don't have to do this all today, but just so you know, I think you could do max 1, 2, 3. I think on your left side, I would do max 4, okay? Because then we're getting up into cartilage here. And then on your right side, just turn this way. I would say 4, but probably maybe, I think 3 is a bit better because this side just looks a little bit like it would be a bit more crowded, okay? So right now you have this starting out. So what are you thinking in terms of your earscape? Okay. So you want your seconds? We can definitely do your seconds. Now, here's the thing. Are you planning on getting more piercings after this? Because why I ask, just make this eraser a bit bigger, is because we can either pierce closer to give you room to do 4, okay? Or, if you'd prefer, we can spread it out, okay? So that we can just have the 2 if you know you only want 2. Or, you know, do a 3rd, okay? So it's up to you. Some people know that they won't want any more low piercings, or that they only want, you know, their seconds done. That's it. After that, they are more than happy, okay? Even for myself, I knew that on this side, I only wanted 3, okay? Because I was going to get more cartilage piercings than this side. So I wanted 4 on this side and 3 on this side, which not only better accommodated my lobes, but I also just preferred it in terms of my earscape and what I wanted for my jewelry. Okay. Definitely. So then we'll do, if you know you only want that, then I think we can spread your seconds out a bit more. And one of the benefits to doing it a little bit farther away is that you won't have as much jewelry in the back, okay? Which makes it easier to clean. And when it's less crowded, it's also less likely to get infected or whatnot. I find that sometimes with me, I'm more prone to little piercing bubbles because I just have so much hardware and jewelry close together, okay? I mean, it still works. You just have to be extra careful with the cleaning process, but there are pros to spreading them out, okay? So we'll do that then. And then you said you wanted a cartilage, right? Okay. So in terms of cartilage, there are tons of options that we can do. We can do a conch, okay, which kind of goes around like this. But that is quite painful. I'm not gonna lie. Your conch is usually your most painful piercing because it goes through so much skin. Now we can also do your helix, which would be right there. Your double helix. On this side you can see these are your helix, okay? So I have a double helix because I have not 1 but 2, not 1 but 2, not 1 but 2, okay? Or we can also do a floating helix, which goes like that. And an example of a floating helix is you can see here, this one that I have. This is a floating helix. So it is actually just one piercing that goes through the top. It's a little bit hard to show. I can show you better on the mold, but it's just one piercing that goes through the top. And this is just one earring with all of these little dangles. Okay, so it pierces through the top and then it hangs down like this. And you can get something with like little chains, kind of like I have, or you could do just maybe like a little star that hangs down. I know, I'm not an artist. I'm an artist when it comes to piercings, but let's see, like for example, a little star that, you know, was down there, like that, or something, you know, that hangs down. You see it hanging. Now the beauty with a floating helix is that it is just one piercing, whereas of course your double helix is 2. Now there's also, you could get your front helix, which is right here. The front helix is actually what I'm going to be getting done next on myself. I'm quite excited. And that one you can get, like, that one is more for like, it looks really good if you were to add a chain, for example, and hang across, and you can add little gems to the chain and have it hang across your ear. Okay? So that one's really nice and quite fairy-like, I always think. So those are some options for you, okay? You can see what you'd like, what you're thinking. From personal experience, I find that the lobes are, for me, a bit more sensitive, but that's just me. Normally people find lobes are fine. My double helix was not bad at all. Neither was my floating helix. My most painful piercing has been the front helix. I actually don't have it right now because I accidentally pulled it out. Even us piercers make mistakes. So yes, I accidentally pulled it out. That was completely my fault. I actually threw a ball at my face. It was pretty embarrassing story, yes. I was playing fetch with my dog and I threw the ball on the roof and it came down and hit me in the face. When I tried to block it, I pulled my earring out with my long nail. I know. Piercers, they're just like us. So, this one was, though, the most painful, the front helix for me, just because it is a little bit awkward trying to get it around. But, I mean, we do it. You know, it looks great. Okay, so you definitely want your seconds done for both. Okay? Okay, so for your left earscape, let's do that first then. Just erase this. So for the left, we know you want your seconds done. And you want... Okay, so just for now, you'd like... No, I think that's fine. I think if you need a bit more time to, think about things, there is so much time, okay? Like, you never have to make a decision that, piercings aren't permanent, obviously, but it is a big thing. So if you're not 100% sure, take a couple weeks and think about it. I mean, we are open, we'll still be here. And there are other options. I mean, I know that you're saying you want your helix on both sides. With that said, we can definitely do that for you eventually, but we wouldn't start off doing both of your helix because you have to remember you need a side to sleep, okay? And even if you are someone who adamantly sleeps on your back, there are times where you might roll over in the night and you don't know. You're a tummy sleeper, so am I. So when you're a tummy sleeper, you're still putting more blood flow, more pressure on your ears, okay? So that's why we always recommend leaving one side not as pierced, okay? So if you were going to do your second and your helix, on the other side we would only do your second, for example, okay? There's also options like this. So this is just a cuff, okay? And you can get this in the meantime as a placeholder until you were to get your other helix, okay? Now this is something that I did for a long time because I just wasn't sure about the placement. I knew I wanted my helix, I just wasn't sure about placement. So for a while, I just wore this cuff. Just show you. Like so. And I mean, this is how a conch would look as well. And I wouldn't get my conch done just because I know I'm quite sensitive and it would probably irritate me. But that is how you can wear it, or you can get smaller cuffs and wear them up on your helix. This one's obviously a bit big, but you can wear it up on your helix, okay, in the meantime. And then you can play around with it. Say you really love how it looks down here and you want to invest in your conch, So you could just get a cuff in the meantime. Yes, this one is just our display. I would give you a brand new one, of course. But this one is really beautiful, and it is 14 karat gold. So it is solid gold with crystals, okay? So this one is, I mean, you can wear it in the water. We don't recommend that just because cuffs, they're obviously not a piercing, so they could come off. But if you wanted to wear it in the water, the shower, you totally could. It's solid gold. But we also have more affordable options too, like sterling silver, gold plated. Yeah, that's something you'd be interested in. Okay, well, I'll set that one aside then. Do you like this one? We have plain ones as well. For example, here are a couple other options. We have this cuff, which looks like 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. But it's actually just one cuff. We have a little cuff like this. You like the gems? Yeah. I also like the sparkles. Okay. So then, what side are you thinking that you would like your helix on? Okay, so on your left side, we're just going to do the second, and on your right side, we're going to do your second and your helix. Love it. It's going to look so good. Now, in terms of placement, did you want both of your seconds to be spaced out, or do you want to leave room in case you want your thirds? Okay, so what we can do is similar to me, because you're getting your helix done, you want to spread out the piercing on this side. Okay, so your seconds will spread out more, and on this side, we'll do your seconds a little bit closer to leave more room for third or even fourth. Sounds good. Oh, it's gonna look so good. I'm so excited. Okay, so let's just take a look at the earscapes now. You told me over email that you were interested in our spring collection. Yes, okay. So here is what I had kind of set up for you in terms of your seconds. Now, these are chains that are added. So right now you could get this one and wear it like so, okay? Because your mains are healed. Your first lobe piercings are healed. Now this one is an additional chain that we've just added to the stud. So for now you would just have your stud in there, and then in about 3 months when it's more healed, we can add on a chain. Okay, just during the healing process, we don't really want to have any chains in there just in case it gets caught on anything or it's just more sensitive. Okay, so we can do that one for you. Okay, and then you wanted the cuff, so let's see how that looks with this earscape. Oh, that looks really beautiful actually. Yeah. So this is what I'm thinking more for the other side. You like this for your right side? Okay, definitely. And then in terms of your helix, right now all we can do is a stud because again we don't want any chains in there. So let me just open this up and grab a little stud. This one is also from our spring collection. So this is just a cute little star. Let me just put it here. Now, do you want your second helix eventually? Like your double helix? You're not sure yet. Okay, well for now we can just we'll leave room for it, okay? Just in case you ever wanted it again. It's a little bit hard to get in the mold, but there you can see. So that's just a cute little star that we have, okay? And it leaves room if you wanted another one, okay? So that is what your right side would look like. And then on your left side, would you like a different set or would you like the same? Because we can just do the same and have matching studs on either side if you'd like. For now, definitely. I think that's a wonderful idea. Okay. Well, it is time to get started then. So I can see you already have your hair up and out of the way. Thank you. I am just going to grab a clip and clip up any little baby hairs though, okay? Okay, so I've got my clip here. I'm just going to clip up a couple of baby hairs if you don't mind. Okay, thanks. Just to make sure everything is out of our way. Okay, good. Let's just clip those up and out of your face. Perfect. And then I'm just going to be putting on some gloves and we will sanitize the area and then pierce. Now it actually doesn't take too long at all. Sometimes people think it'll take like hours long, but it is actually really quick, especially when, you know, I've been doing this for so long. Yeah, over 5 years now. Yeah, I love it. It's just amazing seeing how much more confident people feel after a piercing. It really is quite powerful. Okay, let me just get this glove on here. I think it's my first time putting these on. There we go. Okay. So, I'm first going to sanitize everything. My little spray here. And then I will go in and I will do my markings, okay, for where I want your seconds and your cartilage. And then we pierce. And then once we pierce, we just put the stud right in and you're good to go. We'll go over aftercare a little bit, okay? But then after that, you're all set. I know. Not too crazy. So I'm just gonna go in with a bamboo Q-tip here and just sanitize everything really well. Okay, so we'll start on this side. Okay, just making sure both the outside and the inside are very clean and sanitized, okay? No gunkies. Okay, good. Perfect. Okay, I'll get a new Q-tip here. And then, do you mind if I just take out the hoops that you have in your firsts? Because we'll be replacing them with the ones from the spring collection, right? Okay, I'm just going to take them out then. Okay, good. They're very beautiful though. Gold and diamonds, they're very pretty. I'll set those aside for you and you can take them home. No, I'll keep them. Finders keepers. Okay, good. Okay. And then other side. Good, I'll actually just take out the hoop first this time. That's fine. Good. I'll put those, I can get a little baggie for you if you need. You're okay. Okay. Very pretty though. Okay, let's just give this side a good cleaning, especially around the lobes. Good. Perfect. Okay, awesome. So everything is all nice and clean. I'm just gonna go in here, just wipe off any extra residue. And now I'm going to do my markings, okay? So I don't need to do any like set measurements for this. I've done this for quite a while. It's more just by eye, but I'm just gonna be seeing where we're gonna be doing the piercings, okay? So just hold still. Okay, just relax. Okay. Good. I'm actually gonna do it a little bit lower. A little it a little bit lower in case you wanted your double helix eventually. We can do that one up top. Okay, and now your second. So this side we're doing more spread out, yes. Okay. Doing more spread out. So let's just put it right. Good. Perfect. Okay. This side we're doing a bit closer to leave room for your thirds. Okay. 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 Okay, let's do it right there. Good. Perfect. Okay, awesome. So that is all set. We have your markings done. Now I have a little mirror right beside here. You can just take a look and make sure you're happy with the placement of everything. Yeah, okay, perfect. Now it's time to move on to the piercings, okay? So basically all I do is I go in with a really fine needle. So we'll use one that's our baggie here, means it's freshly sanitized. Also go in with the sanitizing spray just to triple check. Now if you're feeling nervous at all, you can take one of our little squishies here and fidget with it. Sometimes people really like that. Yeah. Okay, if I can just open this up here. There we go. Okay, perfect. So I just go in with the needle. Okay, and I do the piercing. And this is called a taper. So the taper goes through the piercing, and then I just put the stud on either side of the taper, and then pull it through, and then bada bing, bada boom, you've got a piercing. Okay, so this just goes through the hole, and is how, you know, we keep it in there while we get the stud ready and put it on and put it through. Okay. Yeah. Just wanted to let you know so that you're aware of how everything works. I will just sanitize again to make sure everything is all clean for you, okay? Alrighty. So, we'll start with your lobes, okay? We'll start on this side, okay, on your left side. You can take a deep breath in if you need it. Yeah, okay, let's do a deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Deep breath in and out. Good. You ready? Okay. So, just going to be going in here, and you will feel a pinch, but it'll be really quick, okay? Okay. I'm all set and ready here in position. You ready? Okay. 3, 2, good, good. It's through. We are done with that side. That's the worst part. See, not too bad. Just get the stud here. Okay. Put that through. I know, a little bit uncomfortable here as I just attach the backing. Good. Okay, you're all done for that side. Yeah, I know, a little bit uncomfortable, but you're all done. If you want, you can already take a look. Really cute, hey? The seconds, I love them. The little flower stud was a great pick. Yeah, I think it'll look beautiful when we have the, well, eventually we'll have the chain, of course, but with this one that you're getting, the hoop and butterfly, very pretty. Okay, so now it's time to do the other side. It's not as bad, right? Well, now you know what to expect, so it may feel a little bit more painful, honestly, but at least now you know what the pain is. You know, sometimes we can work it up in our head to be a lot worse than it actually is. Okay, so ready? We're gonna do this side now. Good. Okay, So we'll start with your lobe. So just take a deep breath in for me. And out. Good. Okay. Okay. Just breathe there. That's good. Okay. I am all set to pierce. Okay. I am all ready here. Are you ready? Okay. 3, 2. Good. And through. Perfect. Okay, worst part is done. Good work. That looks good. Yep. Okay, let me just get the little stud here, the backing, and put it through. Just try to relax for me. Good, in the back here. Perfect. Okay, good. That one went in a little bit easier. That was nice. They are twist backs, okay? So it's going to be a flat. It's not going to be a butterfly backing. Okay, so let me show you. So butterfly backing is like this, okay? That's what it looks like. It's one that you pull and kind of looks like little butterfly wings. Now, flat backing is what we're using. I have one here for your last, for your cartilage. This is what it looks like. It's flat. And this is nice because it's nice and flush, okay, so it doesn't get caught on as much. And also it's a twist on, so it's harder to get on and off, and it's just easier in terms of the healing process. Yeah. Okay. Okay, are you ready to go on to the last one, the cartilage? Okay, so this one, some people do think it's a bit more painful. For me, I didn't think so, but to each their own, of course. I'm just letting you know. However, you will hear it'll be a bit more crunchy going through because we are going through cartilage and not through lobe. So just when you hear the piercing, it will sound different. It's, yeah, kind of crunchy. Okay, so just warning you now. Okay, this is the last one though. Exciting. Okay. Okay, ready? Okay, take a deep breath if you need. Good, okay. Let's see. Okay, perfect. I'm all set. Are you ready? Okay. 3, 2. Good. Crunch, crunch, crunch. Perfect. We are through. Good. That looks great. That was perfect. Okay. Let me get the backing and the stud, the little star. Okay. And put it through there with the taper. I know, uncomfortable, but we're almost done. Just make sure that's all twisted on there. Good. Perfect. Okay, awesome. That looks great. Now there is just a little bit of bleeding, which of course is completely normal, so I'm just going to wipe that all off. Good. Now there might be a little bit of bleeding just over the next, few days and even, a couple weeks and whatnot, like a bit of bleeding. But if there's a lot of bleeding, then definitely call and come in and we'll take a look. We'll go over aftercare more, but I'm just letting you know that a bit of blood is normal, okay? We did just put a hole in your body. Okay, good. That looks so beautiful though. Oh my goodness. And then would you like me to put in those spring hoops for you now? Might as well, right? Okay, let me just do that then. This is just going into your main lobe, so should it be painful at all? Good. So gorgeous. Absolutely love. And then the other one. Okay. Good. Perfect. Okay, set that aside there. Good. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, that wasn't too bad, right? So exciting. How do you feel? We can take a deep breath in if you need it. Deep breath but at least you can feel proud of yourself that you did it, okay? Some people's pain tolerance is much different than other people's, okay? So, I mean, I do not have a high pain tolerance at all, so I totally understand. But, you know, when you go home, you can take an Advil or an ibuprofen to help with the pain, okay? Yes. So we might as well go into aftercare now, since the piercings are done. That'll also distract you from the kind of pain and discomfort. But it's not too bad, right? Okay, good. If it was really, really bad, then we would have to be worried, but it shouldn't be. Just kind of a little bit of adrenaline running through you now. You can laugh at my farty gloves. Okay. I know. Okay. So, they're all done, of course. So in terms of aftercare, you will need to be cleaning them twice a day, okay? In the morning and at night. Even 3 times is great at the beginning. And then after about a couple weeks, you can transition to once a day, okay? So this is the piercing aftercare solution that we recommend. It is the Base Laboratories Piercing Aftercare Spray, cleanses, sterilizes, and soothes, okay? Powered by saline. Now we sell this here. It's what we use to sanitize and everything, so we love it. Apply multiple 2 to 4 sprays to the affected area as needed. Okay. Recommended range is 3 to 6 times per day before and after your next piercing. Now that's a lot. That's just if you're doing the sprays, but we recommend going in with, you know, a Q-tip and actually cleaning, okay? Just spray this onto the Q-tip and clean around, okay? And there will be some gunkies, that's totally normal. But if anything starts to get green or yellow, then that's not a good sign. That means it's infected. So definitely reach out to us and we can help you get that all sorted out. Sometimes our bodies can reject piercings. It's definitely sad, but it can happen. But we can always try again, okay? But hopefully your healing process is going to go amazing. I have no doubts about it, okay? Now I'll also give you this as well. This is our little pamphlet here with aftercare instructions, okay? So, tells you about the average healing time. So like I said, lobes are 2 to 3 months. Cartilage is longer, okay? It's 6 to 12. But some people heal cartilage faster. We can definitely see how yours heals. But in about 2 to 3 months, you can book your appointment and we can put on the chain for the lobes. Yeah. Okay, we can take a look then at your cartilage and we can downsize the barbell. Right now we've put in a kind of a longer stud length just to account for any swelling, but then once you come in and it's healed a bit, we can downsize, okay? Talks about washing, sterilization, drying, all of that, okay? So definitely take a read through this, what to avoid. You can even over clean, so just avoid over cleaning. Like the 3 to 6 times a day is far too much. Twice a day is plenty if you do feel that you need 3 because you went to the pool or something, then do 3. You should always be cleaning your piercings after you go into like a more public space like that, like the pool, and getting that water in there, okay? But initially you should be avoiding those types of locations like the pool, the lake. You don't have any plans like that, do you? Okay, good. But just even after you're healed, you should be cleaning your piercings after that as well, just to make sure everything's nice and fresh, okay? Now if you have any questions, of course, feel free to email, call. We are here to help you. I'm trying to think of anything else that you'll need. One tip is if you ever get one of those little piercing bubbles, okay, you'll know what they are. They literally look like a little almost pimple beside your piercing. If you ever get one of those, my secret trick is to mix a bit of hydrogen peroxide and baking soda and make it into a paste. Apply the paste and go to sleep. Do that for 2 to 3 nights and it should be gone. The piercing bubble will just kind of fall off. Yeah. They're nothing to worry about too much. Just if you keep up with proper cleaning and you do that little trick, it should go away. Okay, but if you're getting a lot of piercing bubbles and pus and whatnot, make an appointment to come in and we'll take a look at everything. We'll give you a good cleaning and decide whether it's best to keep your piercings in or maybe a different route should be looked at, okay? Of course, it was absolutely my pleasure. Now, why don't I get you set up, okay? I'll get you a fresh cuff. You'd still like this? Okay. I'll get you a fresh one of these. And would you like to purchase a bottle of the solution? Yeah, okay. So I'll go and get you both of these. And then I'll meet you at the front. And if you'd like, we can even book your appointment now for 2 to 3 months. Definitely. You can always book it online later. Okay. Well, it was lovely piercing you today. Lovely meeting you. You look absolutely beautiful. I hope you love everything. Oh, good. I'm so glad. Okay, well, let me go grab a fresh bottle of solution and a fresh cuff. And you have your hoops here as well, okay? Don't forget those. Sounds good. Oh, yes. Let me take that clip out of your hair. Good. Okay. Just put the pieces back for you. Okay, perfect. Gorgeous. Alright, I'll be right back